Okay, so being that you are a pro gamer,
Mhm.
you've probably had a lot of experience in seeing a lot of gatekeeping in the gaming community.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Uh,
What? No, never.
no,
No,
never.
of course not.
Do you think that's gotten worse, or do you think it's getting better?
Um, it depends. I mean, it's gotten a little bit better because it's, especially over the last few years and like especially with Twitch streaming, when a lot more women have been getting more
Mhm.
more prominent in the
Right.
gaming sphere.
Yep.
I think it's gotten worse when you have girls who are like kind of using that platform that they have and like they're still trying to objectify what like okay, so like I don't make it a secret I'm not a big fan of like Belf Delphine, for example.
Okay.
And remember she did like the gamer girl bathwater, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
brilliant
yeah,
marketing
yeah,
tactic.
Yeah.
Brilliant
yeah.
marketing tactic. Don't like
Mhm.
I will not shit on her on her business tactics whatsoever. She knows how to make money
Right.
Mhm.
and she knows how to get attention.
Right.
But like when you had like a lot of like, because I have friends who do it too, and it's like they present themselves in like they I don't know how to explain it. It's like you have like the subgroup. There's some people who are taking it more seriously than others.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So then it kind of gets like where I mentioned the titty streamer thing coming in. Like I
Yeah.
don't care if like that's what someone wants to do. It just
Right.
kind of sucks when it comes in like and bleeds into my stratosphere, or like
Yeah.
people start doubting like of whether or not like I'm like when I was growing up, to kind of like explain my frustration with it is when I was growing up, I started working at GameStop when I was 19 years old,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I was the only girl there.
Right.
I think in the district I was like one of two girls who worked at the store because they weren't really hiring women then.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think I remember hearing like they used to have the TVs and they had like a joking like music video about the girl at the video game store, and like my boss was kind of not so great. Like he
Yeah.
told me to dress nice and wear heels and makeup to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
numbers were great, don't get me wrong, my
Right.
numbers
But
were great.
like, yeah, that's not part of the job. You know?
No. And I mean, in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, I probably did get the job because I was a girl, but
Right.
I still like knew a lot about what I was talking about when I would work there. But when I would work there, I would have people coming in and like I would get quizzed. It was like fucking annoying. Like
Oh,
people would
Yeah,
just
you
no.
have
start
to like
quizzing.
prove your like worth, right? Like as
Yeah,
far
it's
as
like yeah,
are you a good
yeah, and
enough
like
gamer?
which is gatekeeping
Yeah.
at its
Yeah.
finest. It happens in conventions too. It's like, but it would be like the weirdest thing is like when people would quiz it, and these guys who like clearly have never interacted with anybody
Right.
because they lack any social skills,
Right.
and
Right.
they would like demand like this like obscure trivia, like things that don't really fucking matter that most
Yeah.
people wouldn't even know about the game.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's like if I love it's like it's not something as simple as like, oh, you like Zelda, what is did you know that Link is left-handed? Yeah, I know he's left-handed. But like there's other but
Right.
be like finding these like obscure deep like
Right.
lore that like I don't fucking care.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm
how
not
Nobody
gonna go
does.
on fucking TV trope.org
like
and
how
look
big
this
of a
shit
fish
up, you
how big of a
fucking
fish
loser.
do you have to catch in Ocarina of Time in order to like get the fucking like thing or whatever?
Yeah, the
right?
lure or
Like,
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like if you like one time I've never like I think I only beat Final Fantasy X once. It wasn't my favorite. And like it's like, oh well, did you go and get the ultimate weapons where you have to go in the lightning film? And it's like, no, because I have a fucking life, loser.
Yeah, like I
get the
didn't
fuck
yeah,
off of me.
didn't have
Hey.
time. I didn't have time.
I have a job.
I didn't have time to do all the fucking chocobo farming in fucking Final Fantasy VII. I didn't
Yeah.
go after all of the ruby weapon and all that shit because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm less of a gamer than you little loser. Like fuck
Right.
off. Because that's what annoys me. Because like when I've had people, like I made it. This was like I play it off as a joke, but this is a real thing that happened on my stream once, and I love to reference it because it's one of the most ludicrous situations that's ever happened.
Mhm.
It was a long time ago when I first started streaming. I was playing God of War,
Mhm.
and God of War, like I don't get very many trolls. Like like I don't get
Yeah,
very many
right,
trolls.
right.
I got pretty lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
But in the beginning I did, and when I did, it was more like it. Like some people put more effort in than others. Like one guy, like
Mhm.
I would ban him and he would make like accounts. Anytime he would get blocked or banned, he
Yeah.
would make a new account. It's like,
Yeah.
do you have a life? Like Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Obviously
But-
not.
Yeah, and so one of these guys, so one of those times, someone came in and he was giving me shit about my refresh rate on my monitor, and I was like, didn't. Yeah, it was one of the weirdest things to troll me on, and I remember like even being like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Like and I talked about like my brother has autism, and he helped me build my computer. So I paid my brother. I gave him to help him out, and I gave him money to build my computer. I just said like whatever amount, man. Like I don't care. Like I don't know shit about this. Yeah. And I acknowledge it. I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah, as far as like specs of like performance, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I know he did a fantastic job, and it's very it's very well organized. My brother did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And I remember when he was helping me, I was picking up the monitors and everything. And I was showing him one that I wanted. I was looking at, and he was like, "Oh no, you should look at this one because like something about the refresh rate." Yeah. And I sat there and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And he tried to break it down with me, and I was like, "Fucking all, you're speaking Greek to me, man, and none of that makes any sense." He's like, "Realistically, you're probably not going to notice it."
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, "All right, cool." So I don't think. If I correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think when I'm streaming you can see my refresh rate on my fucking monitor.
No.
I think he was just fucking around with me, but it was one of the most ludicrous things I've ever had someone come in to just start shit with me. And he wasn't being like funny about it. He was like, it seemed like
he's coming at you.
Really yeah, and I think my theory on that one was he was coming at me with that because like it was something that it was a girl, like what this chick won't know what a refresh rate is,
right?
And I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna just try and get under her skin.
Right.
And I do remember saying something like, I don't really care, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I've said that. I say that shit a lot when I'm streaming too. Whenever the few times I do get a troll, it's like I don't care. You want to gatekeep me? I don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like so. But anyway, what I was getting at is it sucks because when I've actually been really dedicated or into like the gaming, I've been a gamer my whole life growing up. My brothers were all gamers. That's how I got into it.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes get on my own little spiels where I know a lot of like obscure shit. I know a lot of, I've played a lot of weird shit, and I get really pumped and, so on and so forth. And it's like, but then some people will take what other girls like behave and like try to use it as a way to objectify themselves. Yeah. And that's why it brought up Belle Delphine, like the gamer girl bath water.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of gamer, quote unquote.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not saying I'm better. It's just like I don't want to have that shit bleed into my fucking bullshit. And it's like, yeah, if you want to like take that up with someone else, go for it, dude.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't give a shit. I'm not losing any sleep.
Yeah. I mean, who cares about refresh rates on anything? You're playing. Your channel is literally
I still don't know
watching.
what refresh rate does.
I know.
How dare you have a? How dare you have a shitty refresh rate? I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, we're good.
It was so unusual. I know he was fucking with me, but it was so fucking unusual. Like,
yeah. I mean, like your channel, you're literally watching someone else play a video game, and you're gonna complain about their refresh rate.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some people have like the weirdest. Like some people complain about the weirdest shit too.
Well, and the thing is too is like like by and large, like when like males or whatever get on Twitch to like stream, like they don't have to deal with that shit.
No,
you know what I mean. And like
no, but you have your demographic that feels like the girls are taking the viewers away from. But realistically, they're not coming to see you.